Hello everyone. I have not been live for what feels like years. Um, I used to stream Ink Game a lot, if anyone would remember that. Um, and yeah, I don't know. I doubt anyone. Nobody's in stream right now, so I'm genuinely just talking to absolutely nobody. But it point is, it's been a long time, and I'm gonna have to, I guess, get back into it. I've been very busy lately, so I haven't actually, I guess, done really anything, uh, regarding streaming in a while. And I'll probably have to explain this a few times to people who join the stream, but, yeah. So basically, anyway, point is, been a long time. I'm gonna try and get everything sorted. I'm gonna quickly make sure everything is alright on Twitch. Everything looks good there. I want to see if I can get everything alright on YouTube as well. Um, Sorry everyone, I'm just trying to make sure that everything is like all good on the YouTube front because I've never actually been able to stream YouTube and I'm not sure if this is going to allow me. Oh shit, oh. Alright, we're live. Um, Give me a moment. It's really hard to adjust everything to make it look good on mobile. I can make things look fine on Twitch because that's horizontal, but making things normal on YouTube is a lot harder to say the least. But whatever. Alright, there we go. I'll just do that. Do things like that. Um, Give me a second and then we'll start the park build just because I don't even really have a theme to be honest. There we go. Alright, now, this is the sort of island we'll be working with tonight. We've got like a lot of work. Let me quickly hold up. Yeah, what? Yo. Is my mic working? What the fuck? Is my mic not working? Am I dumb? Alright, so everything works there. Fucking hell, lad. It. I think it's Twitch. Twitch is fucked. Hello? Alright, that shit works. I'll quickly pull it up one final fucking time. There we go. Alright, so everything should be right. I'm fucking stupid, I think. Alright. Now, let's get into this park. So, obviously I'm going to change a lot of things. I didn't add trees just because I don't like trees. I like to fucking, I'll add trees as I go on. I'll add my own fucking trees. I'll just do my own thing. Um, First of all, I want to, like, level this out so that we can kind of get a dock going on. I also hate that thing there. I'm gonna try and like even that out just so that I can kind of have some space to go off of once we've built the dock. I've gone with Jurassic World, sorry, staff and guests. And I don't know if I regret that or not, because I don't know if I want to build Jurassic World. I might want to build something Jurassic Park themed. I don't know yet. I really just would need to think. Because I've really come into this with like no plan at all. I don't know. We'll build the dock first. Now I use a lot of blueprints because I'm not talented, and docks is one thing I love using. There's this specific dock I love. Where is it? There it is, that one. I love using this dock. It's just so, like, beautiful. I'll try and get this to work. There we go. That will mean I have to adjust this, though, so let's quickly just adjust this. Radius, intensity. Alright. This is how you kind of get it sorted, really. Flatten that out, and then up 2 notches. Alright, that looks about the right height to me. So now intensity, max. And then just kind of spread it around like that. Get a good gauge of what I want the radius to be of this, like, dock. Because I want this to be like the guest dock. I'm going to add a, like, employee dock. And I'm going to add a guest dock. And I want the guest dock to look all fancy so that the employee dock can kind of look a bit more gritty and, like, you know, look more employee-esque, I guess. Look at that. That is beautiful, if I've ever seen beautiful. Alright. Now, let's have a look here, because we gotta add... I wanna... That doesn't look flat. I wanna make sure this is flat without it peeking through the staircase. If you know what I mean. Alright, we'll have it like that. I gotta set up the arrival point, and then we'll kind of do a bit of a circle, I guess. Hold up. Let me double check something. There you go. I think everything should be good. Sorry it's taking me so long to set up stream. It's been a pain in the ass today. Alright. Arrival point. Now, there's a few really cool arrival points I own just off the workshop. There's that one. I don't know. I think we might actually go with that one. That one looks gorgeous in my opinion. Alright, we'll go for it. We will be using... Right. Clarification. We're going to be using a fuck ton of pre-builds. Just because I'm so shit at making things look nice without pre-builds. So, apologies, if you think I'm shit for that, because you would be correct. I am shit. Now, we do also have to work on something here. Because, if you look at this... I don't really like... I'm trying to think. I want it to be like that. Where's the terrain brush? Beach, radius like 1. Yeah, like around that. I want it to kind of be like that. And then like, there you go. Kind of just like that. And then, is that rock? Yeah, so it's a rock. It's like that. I want it to kind of go like that all around, I guess. And have like the rock separate the grass from the sand, if that makes sense. Kind of have it like that. Apologies. more beach kind of like up and around here, and then I feel like that's where it's gonna kind of end for my beach parade. Footpaths, we're gonna want to go for large. I'd say go with this. Yeah. Alright, and I just want to make sure that I get this right. I think I have to go with medium for this. I've used this like blueprint a few times and I love it. So I kind of like know what I have to do to get this thing to work. We'll kind of go with that. I don't really... We'll go with that. Yep, that's the one. Now, footpath. I kind of want to do a like that thing. And then here do a that thing. And then get some terrain and smoothen that part out. Intensity, turn up the intensity a bit. Just so that we can kind of like, oh god. Kind of have, yes. We're almost there, like an inch more, bro. There we go. That's perfect. Alright. So, we can kind of do that now. And then have that. Do that. And then delete that. And then that. And that. And then that. And that. Look at, alright, so we've got a kind of nice shape going on here. I'd actually like to just kind of get the pathway and just kind of like, alright, so it stops like there. So is that right? No, it needs to be like... Am I stupid or something? Oh, I think it's because I'm using... I think it is because I'm stupid. I think I'm using medium pathways. Watch, I'd be right. Yep. So we don't want that. Oh, wait, no, I see where I've done myself dirty. There we go. We'll kind of do that, and then we'll do that. And then we'll... Alright, I've got a new plan here. There we go. Oh! Now that is fucking elite. We will have... actually... Oh, beautiful. Oh my god, Jurassic World is fucking impregnating me right now. This is gorgeous gameplay. Now, we'll add a bit more. Yes! Right there. And then we'll have it all kind of come to a climax. If you haven't already come to one. Right there. And what do we think? Is that too much greenery? I feel like that's too much greenery. So what we'll do is we'll like... I love to blend paths. Maybe we could do that. But I feel like since we've kind of got... No, I've got a plan instead. Actually, no. I do have a plan, but just not that plan. There we go. So we'll kind of do that. I do love to blend paths, but today, well, right now is not the time for that. So we'll just do that. We will have to fill that area in a fair bit, because I want paths there instead. And for greenery right there, we can do something like that. Let me just like... There we go. We can do like that. I reckon that looks fairly nice. I do want the pathway here to like go on for longer, but it's really hard to do that without making it look, oh, without, holy fucking voice crack, without making it look fucking ugly. Come on, bro. That might work. Alright, so what do we reckon? Do we reckon that that might be the go? What are we thinking about that? What are we thinking about that? Because I don't know how I feel about that. Like, what do we feel about? Oh, fucking hell, this thing isn't even. Oh, that's the fucking. Oh, whatever. What are we thinking? Because I feel like that might be too much. So if I delete all that, what do we go? I'd say we go with this. We'll just go with that. We do need some decoration though. Now we can either go along with, because I like using these. I like using those a lot. But we might have to go along with like something else. Maybe like a normal bench? No, I'd say we'll see how this looks. So we'll add one on like either side kinda. Oh, well, I've got a plan to like make these even. I'll just kind of duplicate it and then shift it over like there. And just make sure everything is like correct. We'll have to like just adjust, yeah, like that. And then shift it forward and nudge. So it's kind of like that. So we'll kind of do that, and then we'll place one in the middle, I reckon. We'll place one in the middle. And just spin him around to face us, and then I'll bring him forward a little bit. Kind of have that thing right there. Alright, what do we reckon? Do you reckon 1 or 2? Ah, well, 2 or 3. Cause 3 looks crowded and 2 looks empty. Maybe we can place something in between those just so that they can like hold up. Just so that they can yo, am I stupid? Just so that they can I don't even know what the fuck I'm saying, bro. Sort of fix this around so that they can look nice. I'm gonna have this is gonna be a pain in the ass because that corner's fucked. Let me just duplicate this, shift this over here. That should be hugging the corner. I don't know why the fuck that one isn't hugging the corner. Or do we not want it to hug the corner? Maybe it looks nicer like that, if you can see the corner. Maybe it does. We'll just do it like that, I guess. And then shift him forward a notch. There we go. Well, how do we feel about that? How do we feel about that? Because I reckon... Now, I don't even know what the fuck I'm going for here. But I'll look at the blueprints and... Is there something in here that we can take advantage of? Is there something in like my saved blueprints I can take advantage of here? Really just anything, bro. Oh, that's kind of cool, but that's not what we need right now. Yo, what the fuck did I just click on? Oh my god, that is big. Um, not that. Not that. There's so much cool shit that I just don't need right now. This is cool, but that's not the right size proportions. That's also cool, but that's not what we need. This could work, but like, I feel like it's just too big. I can't even scale, yeah, you can't scale those things down. That's cool. But again, that's not, it's just nothing of what we need, bro. Yeah, but that's like too big. I feel like that'd work more over there. We can scale that one down, I'm sure. Yep, we can. Oh, but it makes it, we can only scale it down to about there before it starts like caving in on itself. How's it look if we chuck it in? I reckon we could go with it. What do we reckon? Because I love using that, like, a sort of thing right there, but the problem with it is just that, it's like, I feel like it attracts too much light to that area. Like, it's such a nice fucking thing, but I don't think it's gonna work there. I feel like it takes away from having the greenery there. So we're not gonna go with it. No. I do kind of want to have a small, like, compy pen, right there. I do kind of want to have a small compy pen there, but that, it's just nothing of what we need. Oh, this is such rage bait. I need something there, but I don't know what the fuck to put there. That's too big. Way too fucking big. Again, too big, too big. Yo, there's actually just nothing. There's nothing. Props, maybe? There might be something in props. Surely there's something in props for me. There has to be something in props. No. Cool, but no. That's way better. I feel like that would fit there. But like, I'm just so I'm so like indecisive about all this. It's so hard. Why can't I just have something that like perfectly slots in there? Maybe I could switch. No, that looks stupid, bro. Alright, whatever. I'll. Ah, it's so ugly! And also, this thing's slightly fucked up. There we go. Oh, everything is so ugly. I'm actually getting rage baited by this shit. I need a rock to, like, cover that up. I'm actually getting rage baited. All this shit is just so fucking ugly, man. Um. Oh, what do I even do? I literally got no idea, bro. Yo, grass. I need grass in the middle, like there. Can we add fucking grass there? It's adding grass everywhere but where I want it to, so I'll just add a rock instead. There we go. Whatever, whatever. It's just so fucking ugly. I'm actually gonna lose my shit. Whatever, I'll focus on fountain. Am I fucking dumb? Um, we can add something. We can add like that there. I feel like that'd be. Everything is just so ugly. That could work. Alright, I've got a new. We actually might just have to get rid of that. Because it just doesn't work under any circumstances. So I'll add pathways through it like that. And there was actually an area like that that I can discover or rediscover. I want that to be like straight. Cause see how it's got that bend when that other one doesn't? That one, that'll do. And then we can like do that. There we go. But this one also is just slightly longer. I'm trying to make this work in every way possible, but it just does not want to work. We can go with that. Because I want to have greenery. But greenery just doesn't want to fucking have me, apparently. We went with those sort of seed plants like a minute ago. How does that look? I need something that's got like plants, but not crazy plants. I don't think it fucking heard me. Plants, but not crazy plants. We could go with flowers and shit. It's just the problem where like when I do this shit, one area has like crazy plants and the other area just does not have crazy plants. I think they are slightly different sizes. Fuck me, bro. Give me a second. I'm actually so sick of that thing having like a little stupid little knob to it every time. Hold up. We could go with maybe that. I want them to be somewhat similar, and they're just not being somewhat similar. Oh my god. We'll go with that maybe. That's like so boring, but like they're really running me low on options today. Like, why are they doing this to me, bro? I don't like that. I want something abstract. Ah, maybe this could work. Maybe that. We might just go with that, and then we'll add fucking props. Foliage. Where's foliage? There we go. We're gonna have to fucking add props, because this shit does just does not want to work. I feel like I need like a bushy tree, kinda. Am I fucking dumb? There we go. What type of tree would work? I need like something that's bushy, but not too bushy. Something that's kind of like out there, but not too out there, if you know what I mean. That kind of works, but I feel like that's still too out there. I don't want to take away from the view of that main street area. Not even main street, just a fucking arrival point, I guess. We could go with that, I feel. I feel like that doesn't take away from the point of the... Yeah, yeah, yeah. We'll go with that, we'll go with that. Now. The question is, what do we go for? Maybe that? What do we think? That? I'm leaning towards that. I feel like we can do 2 before it. Yep. Yep. So 2. And then 2. If this tree will get out of my face. 2. Just like that. And then we can add like a trash can, I guess. A trash can or just something there. I love vending machines, but I feel like that's kind of like... I feel as if that's too pushy. Because you need to be out there without being too out there in this game. No. That would be too out there. Alright. We have spent 30 minutes on this, and I think I'm gonna restart because I've got a new plan. Sorry to do this. We've got a new plan. Fuck it. Because remember at the start I said this, where I said I didn't have a plan? I've got a plan now, and fucking... We're going with Jurassic Park style. The only things I'll switch are those. Everything else stays the same. Alright. Let's start. We gotta get the island sorted. And then we will do a Jurassic Park theme build. We're not gonna go like identical to Jurassic Park. We're just gonna do it just Jurassic Park style. We'll go with that. Just cause like the other one I was just not feeling motivated for it. So let me show you what I do at the start of every single build. Or every single island generation. That. Give me something decent, please. I also like want to be able to fly around the island and kind of get a view of it. No. Come on, give me something half decent. I'm gonna have to like fight with the island generator to get something decent here. Maybe that? No. That was their best one they've shown me yet. I want something that's kind of like cool. Like, I want something that's open. We'll lower the water down a bit just so that we can like get more space, I guess. What do we think of that? No. Oh, this is so painful. Just give me something good to work with, please. I feel like maybe we can go with that. Maybe do we want the dock? I feel like we'd want the dock down here. We could do that. Cut that off, have the dock. Well, maybe that might be too big. I feel like that'd be too big. Next island. I also want some more mountains. I like mountains. The only problem with mountains is they take up space that I really need. We could maybe go with that. Kind of have a dock there. I feel like that's still too much space. Oh my fucking god. We could go with that. Maybe have the visitor center there. And decisions, decisions, decisions. I like how there's like a lot of mountains. We'll go with. I'll just shut my fucking mouth and go with this. Before I change my mind, I'll just shut my fat mouth and go with this. Now, we're gonna quickly do what we did at the start of the other one as well. Flatten that shit out. But I also want to smoothen that out, just so that we don't have like a crazy fucking difference. I'll actually lower some of that terrain there, and then smooth. Oh my fucking god. Smoothen that out. Raise that a bit. Smooth terrain, smooth terrain. There we go. Smooth terrain, smooth terrain. Alright, I reckon we'll go kind of like that. I obviously want to like make the beach more prominent. There we go, and then have rock. Kind of like that. There we go, and then add some beach, kind of like there. And then rock. There we go, kind of do that. No, that's ugly. There we go, kind of like that. Alright, alright. Now, dock. We'll do the same dock just because I love that dock so much, and it really does fit the Jurassic Park theme. I kind of like to have the dock as far away from the thing as possible, just so that it gives itself some room to fucking get sorted. I don't even know what the fuck I was trying to say there, to be honest, but lower terrain, lower terrain. Kinda do that. Flatten. So if I flattened all the terrain. And then intensity 1. Crawl it up by an inch. Ever so slightly. And then flatten. There we go. Alright, now spike that intensity up, spike that radius up, and fucking go crazy on that shit. Alright. We'll actually kind of have it like that, I'd say. We'll kind of do it like that, I reckon. And we'll smoothen out this sort of area right there. Maybe roughen it up a bit, like, and smooth ever so slightly. There we go. I reckon we'll go with that. Smoothing that out. Yep. I'm liking that. I'm liking that. I do got to adjust that terrain ever so slightly here as well, though, just so it doesn't like fuck with the path here. Look at that. Thank you very much. There we go. Look at that. Alright. Now, arrival point. Jurassic Park arrival point, obviously. We'll kind of do it like this, I reckon, because I kind of want to have like. I'm trying to think of the sort of arrival point I want to. I'd say actually chuck that. That slots in kind of nicely there. So I'll chuck it there and then kind of just see where I can go from that. Medium, and then get the pathing right. Just like that. And then I'll kind of like create a circumference with the medium path style. And then the middle can be like all... all, you know what I mean. Alright, so, all large pathway. So I'm gonna have to do a lot of filling in here. I'll also just kind of do that, just so that it's connected. Come on. There we go. So, we are going to need to have a lot of filler in this sort of area. So, I'm already thinking of adding some beach greenery instead of some other greenery, because I feel like beach theme really sets the mood, like is really just in the mood of, or in the spirit of Jurassic Park over more so than it is Jurassic World. So I'll kind of do like a bit of a thing here. You guys know what I'm trying to do, like create a perfect circle. There we go. And then just kind of like that, and then, If you ever see my parks, you'll see guests walk on my shit really weird. Guests walk on my paths really fucking weirdly. If you ever wonder why, this is why. I always have some insane fucking... Like, I don't even know, can you see it? No, you can't even see it on the map. Now, if I do that, I'll spike up the intensity, turn down the radius, and do that. Does it add? It like kinda does, but like that's not what I'm looking for. That's not what I'm looking for. I'll add like... Right, I'll do that. Right. And then... Well, I'm trying to think, what would like fit here? Oh, that is, with that fallen log, I can't refuse that. I cannot refuse that. That fallen... Mwah. Alright, I cannot refuse that. So we're gonna have this sort of going on. I'm gonna try and think of how we're gonna sort this. Because I feel like I love the look of that curve there. But I wish you could just place buildings like on top of pathways. Like, fuck you for that, not being able to do that. Fuck you for that, bro. Now, I'm trying to think, what could we use the transportation method as? Because obviously there's a park tour that can take you there, but like, I don't really want that. I want something more in the spirit of Jurassic World. And I feel like the monorail is very Jurassic Parky. Like, oh, we could go with that. That's this like what do we think? Do we want to kind of have the monorail station there, or like up here? I think we'll put the monorail station kind of like up there. I want to smoothen out the terrain around it, like, a lot. A lot. There we go. And then I'll add a... I need some more, like, I need more terrain to work with there, so... Let me just smoothen all that out. And then we'll kind of have a thing going here. We'll kind of do that, I think. I feel like that really suits it. Yo, what the fuck happened? I smoothed the terrain out. Why the fuck are we doing that? Yo! Chill the fuck. This terrain honestly just needs to chill the fuck out. Smoothen. Not flatten. Smoothen. Yo, it is still doing flatten. Bro! Fucking hell. How is some old grandma expected to walk up that steep ass shit? Come your fucking farm. Oh my days. This shit is not gonna be fucking selling tickets if everyone's grandma fucking gets murked on the stairway up. She'll be on the fucking stairway to heaven if she tries to climb up that shit. Oh my god. Fucking hell, lad. Alright, we'll go with that. That looks a bit more reasonable to expect someone's fucking grandma to go up. There we go, we'll do that. How does that look? Alright, that's kind of gotten a bit of a place in my heart. So we'll have that going on. I like that, I like the look of that. But we need some kind of shit in the middle, and I'm trying to think of what we could kind of add in the middle. Because I need something in the middle. It needs to be a blueprint as well. Yo, fucking hell, like, oh my god, that shit's big. That's kind of cool. I kind of like that. Like, I like that a lot, but this is so not the fucking place for it. We could kind of add that, I feel, into... No. I'm getting fucking greedy. Definitely not. I just need, like, a blueprint of... Kind of something like that, like just a fucking building, a blueprint of a building that I can place, kind of a lot more like this. That is so fucking cool. I'm actually gonna take a break from this to find a place for this, cause this is so fucking cool. I love that so much. What even? This is like an underground monorail station. Fuck, that's cool. I might even edit it to remove the monorail part. And then like, I feel like, oh my god, I've got a plan for an enclosure. I'm going to place that there so that I can copy and paste it. Because I've got a plan for an enclosure for that. That is fucking gorgeous. We could kind of go with that as, like, here. No, I feel like that's more for the employee sort of zone. I love fountains, but I don't think it's the time for a fountain right now. That tree's really fucking cool. But I do... Actually, I feel like a tree might suit that sort of area right there more so than a fucking thing. Yeah, I feel like a tree. Yeah, I like that a lot more. I do have to edit the tree though. Oh, fucking back we go. Let me edit the tree just to like. Because I don't want there to be, that. There we go. I gotta kind of find the root of the problem. Alright, what do we think? I feel like go back a lot. Not that far back, fuck. There we go, kind of that far back, so then I can delete the shit that actually needs to be deleted. And again, fuck me, bro. Edit group, edit group. Delete. Only the shit that needs to be deleted. Like that. And that. Oh, go back. Yo, where is that patch belong to? Does it belong? No, it didn't belong to that. Yo, where does this patch belong to, bro? Where is your fucking father, bro? Fucking hell. Is it you? I think it's him. Yep, that was him. There we go. We're almost done deleting shit. Yo. Go back. There it is. There we go. Alright, that should be perfect. How does it look from afar? Fucking hell, lad. Now that is elite. And we've still got the little fallen log there, which I love. Alright, so. Now we just need to figure out what to do with this area. We could add like a skeleton. I feel like a skeleton right there would look pretty cool. I want to do a skeleton on a rock though. Where's a flat sort of rock? If I scale that down, fuck me. If I scale that down to about there, and I lower it and shift it like over here, I reckon that could look really fucking cool as like a rock for the skeleton to sit on or stand on. I feel like we'll do that. Now I need like a skeleton. Would it be there? No. Where the fuck would a skeleton be? Blueprints maybe? No? statues, that's it. Um, there we go. So what do we think? We might actually go with the Spinosaurus instead. I feel like the Spinosaurus statue suits. Yeah. We'll go with the Spinosaurus statue. We don't want his feet like looking like they're coming off the ground, so we'll actually sink him into the rock a bit. Not too much, but enough to be like, you know, he's standing on the rock and he isn't levitating above it. Perfect. Not exactly perfect, but it like I feel like that's as close as we'll fucking get. There we go. We will go with that. And then I actually have a blueprint. If I can find it, I have so many fucking blueprints, bro. I need to find the one where it's like, it's just like, it's simple as well. It's just like a tiny little pissy sign. It's absolutely fucking tiny. Where is it? Come on, where is it? There's like a little fucking tiny sign. It's not this. I literally found it a fucking minute ago on my other thing. There, yeah, that. I feel like that would be really cool to kind of add there. What do we think? I feel like we should definitely put it to the right. We'll put it like there. Or we could put it into that like crevice of the rock where there's like a crack, kinda. We can do that. Maybe rotate it a little to kind of have it on a slight angle. And I feel like that looks really cool. Is there anything else I could kind of... Fuck, you know. Anything else I could kind of... That's really, like, small, but could, like, contribute. I really like this thing. But I feel like there's no real place for it. I feel like we could maybe put it, like, there and kind of have it as a backdrop. We might have to increase the... as big as it can get without disturbing the fucking build itself. But if I can kind of do that, bring it forward a tad. If I can do that, lay that there, I feel like that looks really fucking cool. Yeah. We'll go with that. What is that? Yo, that's a whole fucking forest. Oh my god, hello. Yo, that is a whole fucking forest. I feel like you could, at that point, just use a fucking forest, but... Alright, some people are odd. Is there anything else in this workshop that I can abuse to make it look really fucking cool? I feel like we could chuck that there, I reckon. It doesn't really help with my problem of how I gotta fill up that area back there. But I feel like that looks really... If I line that up correctly, that looks really fucking cool there. Oh, it does it. I feel like it might take away from that sort of area. I don't know where... Because I'll obviously just replace the Jurassic World sign on that with the Jurassic Park. Where else would we put it? I feel like if I put it there, it kind of adds too much shit to that sort of an area. I will get back to that, because I do like that, but... That's also kind of cool. I might actually add that to, like, over here. I'll remove the road part of it. Because I think the road obviously doesn't really make much sense. But I feel like having that in the sort of, if I just shift that over a notch and then bring that forward, shift that over a notch, bring that forward again, I feel like that could look really fucking cool. Really cool to just kind of have right there. Maybe back a bit. I'll adjust the terrain so that that shit looks a bit better. But I feel like I could kind of do that. And then edit the group and then just... There we go. And I feel like I can like... If I do something like that, I feel like it could look really cool. I'm trying to work out like what would be the correct sort of way to go with this. Do you reckon that? And then radius down to 1. And kind of have it like that. I reckon that's the way to go. Just kind of have that like right there. I feel like that looks really fucking cool. As well, there's a T-Rex statue right there. I didn't even notice there's a T-Rex statue right there, so I feel like that was such a good choice to go with the Spinosaurus. We need something to fill in that area. Blueprints. They might have something in blueprints like... Not necessarily that, but like something similar to that. Like that, but something similar to that. Like that, but something similar to that. I don't know, I just need something. I kinda like that, but... You can't even upscale those things either. Alright, look, I'm not in the mood to work on a dock right now. We're gonna keep it as this, and we're just gonna move on. We will come back to this, though. We will come back to that. But, in the meantime... I feel like this monorail is gonna kind of map out our entire park. Because as well, I really like the idea of there being like a restricted section in the park. So we've kind of got that. Oh my god, that is a lot of area that we aren't using, so... Let me just delete basically fucking everything, and then I'll map it out in my head. Where I want everything to go. Alright, let's map this shit out. So... I want it to... Alright, so... I want that to be the restricted section, so that's kind of like the cutoff. As well, I hate how you can't really like look around when you're holding a monorail track. There we go. I like that a lot more. So now we include that sort of area right there in it. And then all this back here can be restricted. I like that a lot. So, they'll get on the monorail track. Show view. Yeah, can we like speed this shit up? I want to see which way the monorail goes. Alright, so the monorail goes that way. So, I'm gonna wanna have a Jurassic Park sign. Right there. Is there any right way to have this? I feel like that way or that. I feel like there's no right way to have it, so I'll kind of push it like that. Push it around. Kind of center it. Push it down a bit. Push it down a bit. Down a bit. Up a bit. You might want it about there, I reckon, yeah. So I'll chuck that there. And then there should be like pillars like that, is it? No, there's like some type of pillar that's like really... Alright, so I've got a plan. Let me just... Is that it? Yep, that's it. Oh, perfect. And this shit's like... Yeah. Oh my god, I'm so proud of... I'm so fucking proud of myself. We'll kind of have it like there, I reckon. That height might work. Let me just rotate it a little. Kind of have it like that. Alright, I reckon that's the way to go. And then you can edit the group and get like that. You can kind of edit the chunk. Yep. Confirm. And then you can just duplicate that shit to the ground. Just so that it actually fills it up. I'm gonna add forest down here so you won't really be able to notice that it goes down this far, because obviously, as I'm about to show you, that looks fucking stupid. So there we go. Let me just do that, and then edit group, and then there we go. So I'll just go to the bottom again with this. And I'm not fully using these like little columns to their full length potential. You'll see how I kind of could go longer, but I cut it off. That is just to ensure that there aren't any awkward gaps, because there can be. It does mean that the pillars have that weird little glitchy thing, but who's gonna fucking notice, bro? Alright, forest. Radius, this entire area. I want it to kind of be like that. Fuck. Alright. We'll kind of do that. I kind of like the idea of that. I don't want it to be like entirely far. I want it to be like, yeah. There we go. I want it to bend and then Jurassic Park right there. That is gorgeous. I love that. I want it to kind of do that. Beautiful. And I do kind of want to have my island be like an island without the dinosaurs. That sounds so fucking dumb. Like, example here, I want to add like a really nice valley. Like, I want my island to be beautiful. I want to add like a grazing valley kind of thing, like right there. There we go. Just have a valley of a bit of shit, just kind of sprinkled in with all the bullshit. Just like that. Like, that's so nice. I did kind of remove the water that was there. So I'll quickly just like kind of do that. I don't want it to be as like, I want it to look a bit more natural though, so I'll kind of like and just do that and smoothen it out a bit. There we go, look at that. That's kind of like cute. I don't know about cute, but like, that's a little nice. And then here we can like, even if it's just shit like that, like, no, I feel like maybe more forest, like in that sort of area. And then kind of like add that sort of shit like on the edge of it. You know what I mean? I do kind of want there to be like a bit of fucking, to kind of come out like that and have a bit of shit where it's just like that. Yeah. I know what I'm doing, I know what I'm doing. Maybe some of that. Oh, that looks a bit nice. Alright, whatever. We're getting a bit sidetracked. I will work back on that later, because I really want to just work on the main sort of area and work on getting a dinosaur pen. So obviously with that, we're going to do this at the Visitors Center. So they'll come through here. I'd actually say I will move this thing like just over to the side right now, because I kind of want to do a Visitors Center about here. So let me just work out where I want the visitor center first. So they come through there. I'd say that I kind of want the visitor center like that, to kind of have that little mountain as a backdrop. That's what I love about mountains, them being backdrops. I'll chuck it there. And then obviously I'm gonna get the area around it and just kind of like flatten it a bit. Flatten the area around it. Kind of like that, yeah. And then I'd say I'll have the monorail track be like there. There we go. Monorail. There we go. I actually kind of like that. Cause that's Jurassic. That's Jurassic Park as well. That's like different. What do we think? I'd say we go with that. That's like that's really cool. I like that. We'll have it like that. Alright.
And guests will be arriving shortly.
And so I do want to have a better spirit of the original park as well. Like, I'll show you what I mean by that in a second. There we go. Alright, so I will add some like shallow water kind of like in this area right there. Because as much as this is my own like little build, I do want to kind of pay, I guess, pay a little bit of respect to the original park. By kind of doing that. And then we'll kind of flatten that out a little bit as well, just a little bit. And then I'd say we'll actually raise it up. No, Raise it up like that. Yeah, like that. Kind of have a bit of sort of juddery. Roughen it up a bit. Shit, just throughout. And then roughen it just like throughout there. Just roughen that sort of terrain there. Just add a bit of like, yeah, I like that. Let me quickly, yeah, there's like one tiny little knob that just didn't go down. Yo. Chill the fuck out. Chill the fuck out. We don't gotta get violent. Maybe we'll fucking have to, I don't know. I don't want it to, but I fucking can if you like. But anyway. Smoothing all that shit out. Alright, and I can kind of... What's a really nice sort of... I love using all these sort of things as like backdrops. Oh, that looks so nice. But I want... Alright, like... Alright. I'm quickly gonna look something up. Yo, get these fuck-ass notifications off my screen, please. I'm actually so sick of how I turned on phone notifications on my PC. Because I just get... whenever I open anything on my PC now, I get so many notifications for shit I do not care about. Thank you. I want to see like the... When he says yeah, there it is. When like John Hammond goes like, we have a T-Rex, and then it cuts to where all the Parasaurolophus and Brachiosaurus are like eating shit. I want to kind of copy that. But there isn't like many things that are close to that. I feel like that's as close to... I feel like... So, kind of have that there, and then radius drop it a bit, and then kind of add Grinko like throughout the back there. I feel like that's as close as you can really get to that scene. And I'll actually bring the water forward as much as I can. No, I won't actually. Like, I will, but not to that extent. Because I want to have some space in front for shit. So I'll kind of like do that. Does that... Yeah, I feel like that works. You can have space for a large path without it being too invasive of that. And then obviously just like, I don't know, fucking do that. Just fill the water with some shit. There we go. All that sort of stuff is about to get removed in like 4 fucking seconds when I do that. When I basically just do that. I feel like I will just go with that. I will just do that. I'll just be a dick. There we go, look at that. Now, alright, so I'm thinking having some anatomies there, bathrooms there. Emergency bunker, maybe they're here as well. Nothing huge. I feel like I'll have a hotel. Jurassic Park hotel, a small hotel. Yeah, that looks nice, like right about there. I kind of want it on its side though. I want it kind of like that. And then just kind of have it bend into that like that.
Ladies and gentlemen, for your comfort, we've increased the hotel capacity of
I like
the
that.
park.
And then right here we'll add a medium food anatomy. We'll just do something basic. Like that. medium food, medium drink. Yeah, that looks kinda nice. We'll do that. Yo, what the fuck? What? Fucking hell! What is going on there? I feel like we should just. It look kind of nice if we. Yeah, like that. We'll just kind of do that. Add some shit like that. Just to fill up that little fucking land there. Just because it looks ugly like that. And then we'll smooth out the terrain slightly, just so you don't have that super sharp curve. Smoothen, 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 smoothen. Just like that. That makes it look so much nicer, and same with that kind of curve there. There we go. That looks so nice. And it's practical. So I'd say we'll go with that. We do need to fill up this little gap here. And I don't want to add anything crazy right now. So I feel like I'll add an emergency bunker, maybe. I'll kind of do that. There we go. I'll add that emergency bunker there. And then I'd say I'll actually add a little restroom as well. Just kind of chuck it in. I'll actually, hold up. How do I get like the not that. There we go, like that. I want that. If I can do that and then add.
Ladies and gentlemen, our restroom is now open to use for whenever nature calls.
I've got a plan. I don't know if it'll work or not. I doubt it will. I really, really doubt it will. Am I stupid? Oh, it would be in this. Yeah. Yeah, see, look, even at its biggest size, like, that just doesn't fucking cover it. That's so annoying. That would have been so fucking cool. Whatever. Restroom, Jurassic Park themed. Yep, we'll just kind of chuck that like there. There we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, our restroom is now open.
Alright, so we've got that main sort of area. I'll go into more detail on it later. Because now that we've got a rough idea of what we're doing, I'm going to do something that I've been wanting to get to for like ages. So I'd say we'll have it here. And I'll flatten the terrain to make this work. Actually, rotate. Have it like that. And then do that. Now I will get back to the entire group in 4 fucking seconds. But if I just edit all this, there we go, and then advanced move. Alright, so oh, I wanna like have it on the ground basically. But not so on the ground that it like comes out like that. I wanna have it like that. Now this is where the tricky part starts. Now there we go. I'd say like that. Yep. Yes. And then I gotta lower the terrain here by a lot so that I can actually like access all this shit down here. I'll just do all that. And then I'll just like I'll make sure the back of there is like good just so that I'm not fucking all this up completely. I think you can already see what I'm doing, but edit group. Delete. Delete. Actually, if I were to delete, and then if I were to delete, go back, I want to delete that. Yeah. We've got this, guys. We've got this in the fucking bag. I'm so fucking proud of us. I am genuinely fucking astonished we've managed to pull this off. I am fucking astonished. Look at that, we've got a fucking T-Rex pen. Look at that shit, fucking T-Rex pen. Oh my god. We've done it. We fucking pulled off a miracle here. Do I even want the concrete there? I don't even know if I want the concrete there. I'd say I just want the path. And then I'll like lower the sort of terrain like around here. Just to kind of like, you know. There we go, look at that. Oh, fuck. I'll like flatten the terrain to make it so that it's like that. And then I'd say I'll lower the terrain in these sort of like more middle areas like that. And then I'll sort of flatten the terrain to make it kind of like that. I like that, yeah. So we've kind of got that area there. And I'm trying to think, because how big do we want this T-Rex pen? I'm just trying to think, like, because I might go with my own sort of spin on the T-Rex pen. Because I am basically taking Jurassic World and, well, Jurassic Park more so, and taking my own spin on it. So I'd say kind of do that. Because I need like the sort of area there to be available. And then all the area around here to be like that. And then if we want the T-Rex pen, I'd say we'll kind of have it about this size, maybe bigger. No, I kind of like that, being like that. And then I'd say we'll kind of do this where we well, what fence looks the closest to the movie? I feel like that does. No, because no, it was like yeah, it was like that in the movie. Yeah, it was like that in the movie. Oh shit! You're fucking joking me. That would have been so perfect. If I do that, so get the fence and kind of like. Well, I want to work out how I want to set that up. So I'd kind of like. I'd probably do it like that. And just have it stretch across like that. Like that. Like that. And then we lower the terrain as much as we can. Like, it's really hard to lower the terrain in this sort of area without fucking it. We'll kind of do that. And then just lower the terrain as much as humanly possible. What do we think of that? That's fucking ugly, don't even, so... Because I want that to be like that. But that's fucking removes the point of even having that there. So if I do... Oh my fucking god! If I do that... If I do like that... If I do that... Because then I also gotta keep in mind, I also gotta kind of keep these corners a bit like... You know what I mean? Fuck off, Barcelona. No, because I literally need... I need that terrain there to be like that. I need it to be like that. But then I also kind of need it to do that. Oh, this is so complicated. Because even with that, it looks so fucking ugly. So fucking ugly. So, let me just get the terrain back to where I had it. Where everything was like perfect. And then kind of just like da 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 da, you know. Get it back to its old state like that. Literally 1 inch higher. And of course it does that. Like that, literally perfect. So kind of have it like that in this sort of area. Yeah, like that. Have it exactly like, does it really, I can't tell if it needs to be literally 1 inch higher or not, no. Have it like that. And then I'll actually add fake fences. That's the plan. Am I fucking dumb? There we go. Like that? No. Oh, wow, that is not what I was looking for. Definitely not a broken fence. Like, yeah, that's cool. That's movie accurate, but no. I'd say something like that. Alright, so let me just get this to like the level I want it. Because I want it to be kind of like that. And then shift it so that it's kind of like that. Maybe forward an inch. Unless I want the pillar to kind of like take, no. I want it to be like that. And then obviously I want it to kind of be like that. What do we think of that? Like, I'd say that's the way to go. Then just kind of duplicate it. Like, edit group. No, I'm fucking dumb. I'm dumb. Shit. Oh, I'm gonna do something terrible to people if this fucking keeps acting up. 'Cause I can't duplicate it. And I keep spelling fence wrong because I'm fucking stupid. Is it that one? There we go. It's that one. So, if I can just get this to be the exact same as the other one, then I will be fucking rolling. There we go. Raise it up and pull it back. It's so hard to like get a good eye on it. There we go. What do we think of that? We gotta kind of like shift like that. No, it. There we go, like that. What do you think of that? I need it to rotate. Please tell me. Of course, it's gonna be the most painful fucking process it can possibly be. Alright, so I need it to be like that. So I need that to come forward and be level with that. Like that? Is that the way to go? Is that the way to go? Is that the way to go? No. I need that end to fucking act right. Is that it? Is that the way? I think that's the fucking way. So then I can push this forward. And then, is that it? Is that, I think I've got it. Yo. Yo, that's it. That's it. That's it. That's literally it. So then if I, oh my god! Then if I look, oh my god, no, that's not it. I need the little tiny fence parts to line up. Literally an inch. Is that it? I literally, I think that's fucking it. I had it, wait. Wait. I was looking at the wrong part. We'll put it like that. And that. is as close as I'm gonna get to making this shit work, I reckon. As close as I'm gonna get. Now, there needs to be a higher sort of location. Like, say about here, where you can see the T-Rex being fed. And so we need to get the actual gate. Oh, this is gonna look kind of funny. Alright, so when you come across the T-Rex enclosure, you've got the actual gate that's then cut off by, we'll say, like a rock. So this is the part where you see it eating. Make it a meat feeder. That's the part where you see it eating. And then you come along here, and that's where they fuck you up. Oh well, that's where the Rex fucks you up in the movie. Smoothing all that out. And then kind of have it like that. There we go. Fix up the back like that. Yeah. Alright, I like that. I like that. I think I do. Now, obviously, there needs to be a sort of ramp there. For the Rex to actually be able to get up. Obviously, this is all going to be obscured as well by the terrain, like by the trick that I'm about to do. Because it is ugly, don't lie. And then I'll kind of do that just because I want to have it be more roomy. And then there we go. And then smooth and... No! Smooth... No! Smooth... No! I hate when that shit happens. When I just kind of like try to lower the terrain or try to do anything with the terrain and then it just like doesn't do what I tell it to and it just fucking... I don't notice until I already click it. There we go. Because I kind of like their terrain being sort of rough and shit. So, maybe not that rough. Fucking hell, the T-Rex does need a bit of fucking breathing room to just kind of be herself. We'll kind of go with that, I reckon. And obviously we need the fencing to be more like... go around a bit. I'd say that like backdrop there can kind of be the Rex's safe space. Alright, I'd say we'll go with that, and then we'll add like rocks. Like that. I don't want it to obstruct that. I want it to kind of be like that. Maybe a different rock would do better. I feel like that maybe. Downscale it. Rotate it. Move it, rotate it. Kinda have it like that. What do we reckon? That kinda works a bit. Just so that the Rex can't like fuck around with me today. And obviously I'll need a fucking bigger rock for that, because of course I will. Or I can just add multiple of this rock. we think of that? Does that look fine? I'd say that looks fine. I just need to like arrange it a bit better. I arrange it a bit better as in that. No. There we go. And then woodland. I need woodland to kind of like cover the enclosure up till about like, give it some space like there. So how does that look? That looks kind of cool. I'd actually say we want to add a bit of a watering thing there. Actually, I'll add some water like up there, and then it can, yeah, be like a waterfall a bit. Add some woodland kind of back here so that that fence doesn't look odd. That looks really fucking nice, actually. And I'd say I'll kind of just add maybe some bushland or just something like there to kind of make it look a bit more nice and beautiful for our Rex. How do we reckon? What do we reckon? What do we reckon? And then kind of do the same thing like around here, just some bushland for the good old Rex. I'll remove a little bit of like rock and shit like there, just so that you can kind of get up. Smoothen the sort of terrain around there. There we go. I'd say that looks pretty nice. There we go, look at that. I'd say that is a pretty fucking cool T-Rex enclosure. Now I'll add a temporary hatchery. Like right there. And obviously we'll use the 93 Rex. We'll completely adjust her trait, so no thirst. I'd say her appetite can go up, because I like that. That fucking T-Rex is long-lived. That bitch in the fucking movies. Resilient, yeah, I guess. She can be humble, very intolerant, very strong. She can have all those sort of assets. Just a very low tolerance. Begin task. And I'll quickly just get that through. Because I'd say that is like a really, really nice T-Rex enclosure. I love it. They're both the same, so... Oh, I'll make it a female. There we go. Begin. And then we should be all good to go. Just chuck her in there and see how we go. Released via airlift. I'm actually kind of curious to see if the pen works for her. Like if she can actually navigate it very well.
We are pleased to welcome a Tyrannosaurus Rex to the park. Asset has been collected.
I should probably add like a smoothen the path out a little bit here as well. Just so she can like get to her water. There we go. Alright, I want to see how she like goes on it. Goes through it all. Yeah, see look, yeah, she can get up. She can get up. How happy is she actually? Fairly unhappy. Oh, she has tiny water. She technically has the prey she needs. Oh no, she has the water she needs as well, I think. She's actually fairly happy, all things considered. She only just doesn't have enough area. That's only because the fucking rocks are there. But no, she can get to her food and shit. Like, look at her. She's about to take her first meal in her new pen. Like, she would 100% break out if I fucking gave her the option. But I don't know, I feel like she's pretty happy over it. Like, I would have expected her to fucking hate this pen. But I actually feel like that might be a bit accurate to the movie as well. Be a bit accurate to the movie as in, like, she fucking, you know, she's somewhat happy in here, but like, she's also unhappy enough to where she would break out the second she got the fucking chance. But point is, she's, like, all things considered, she's alright in there. I will quickly just, like, just remove some of the rocks that are, like, there. Just so you can kind of have a small part of it where it's, like, the full thing. And there we go, like, look at that. I also want to quickly test something. So, obviously, I'm gonna want to add, like, a park tour. And so say da you get to around here on the park tour, and you kind of come around to the T-Rex enclosure. How do you go like just here in this sort of area? Yeah, I'm trying to like get the fucking adjustments right. Do you think it'll be right to just kind of go through there like that? It will be. You will actually be able to use this. That is fucking wonderful. That is wonderful. I love to see that. So this will be fully operational. With a Rex that is not happy, but can't do anything about it because she is stuck because of a setting that makes her permanently happy. So fuck you, T-Rex. We'll quickly name her Rexy. There we go. Look at that. Fucking exact same. There we go. That is perfect. I'm pretty happy with this. Look at that. I'm not too happy with that. I gotta like. Let me just There we go. Look at that. That's the easy fix. And everything else. I don't know if I can even remove. Oh no, I can. There we go. Look at that. Perfect, 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 perfect. I'm so happy with how that turned out. Now we gotta find out where we're gonna want to do this park tour. I feel like we should make it start about like here. Obviously you want it to kind of start around the area of the visitor center, so... Oh my god. Jurassic tour, we'll kind of have it there. I kind of want a little bit of area for it to kind of have its own sort of say. And there we go. There we go. And I also want the Jurassic Park sign, like... Are you kidding me? You can't put the Jurassic gate on the Jurassic fucking mono... Oh, yeah, that is fucking dumb, bro. What am I doing? Photo point. There we go. Now, let me delete that. There we go. Because you'll see what I mean earlier when I said, like, I kind of want this place to have, like, its own little... Ah, to have it straight! There we go. Yo. There we go. Now, flatten. There we go. Now that is a bit more acceptable. Look at that. 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 Add some leafy shit. Look, it's so nice. I'll probably have to flatten out a little bit there, but whatever. I can deal with this. This is looking so good recently. Oh my god. Alright. That is gorgeous. Yeah, raw, buddy. Raw all you like, you aren't getting out. Now, I would like to attract it to there somehow, but I don't really know how. Like there's feeders, nests. I do actually want to know if... Alright, so if I connect... So, hold up. Alright, so right now it is literally impossible for the Torrout to connect to itself. Hold up. I think it is, anyway. Let me, like... Yeah, you literally cannot put Torrouts through Torrouts. But you can put them through there. So just for the sake of this... Let me flatten out even more terrain. Alright, so... I want to see the car go through the T-Rex pen. Hold up, how do I like switch my view to be, cause I want to be able to see what, if they can see. There we go, I want to be able to see how much of a view of the T-Rex they have. Clearly they're going to be able to see it feeding, that's the most important part. So they're going to be able to see the Rex eat. Yeah, see look, these people got lucky, they get to see the Rex eat. They get to, they don't get to see all of the Rex enclosure. Obviously, I didn't really expect that. But they get to see, I'd say they literally just get to see what the guests get to see, what their actual guests got to saw. Fuck! Am I having a stroke? They get to see what the actual guests in Jurassic Park got to see as well. Got to saw. Am I fucking stupid? Anyway, let me delete all that now. There. Why is that still... There we go. Why have the, like, fucking vehicles just stopped? Oh, well, I mean... He can just chill there for a while, I guess, but... Oh, well, I'm pretty happy with that. They can see everything. We've created such a beautiful pen. I've just spent this entire time, like, glazing the pen. I'm actually so proud of that shit. Anyway. Alright. I'd say that's it for this stream. It's been wonderful coming back to streaming. I've been a bit busy as of late, but I'd say I'll get back to streaming pretty soon. Thank you to everyone who's been patient with me for streaming, and this is me signing off.